Hello and welcome to this kind of spontaneous live. There is huge energies that are pulsating through. We've got creation energies going on. The earth is lit up and we are at some kind of coming to completion stage at the moment. So I am here, and goodness me, there's already 7 of you here with so little notice. But the energies are, yeah, like they are kind of, well, they're super sexual. The energies are super sexual at the moment. So this is all to do with our creative area, our sexual area, our sacral, our second chakra. And so there's a lot of energy in there, and it makes sense when you hear what is going on in the collective in terms of the divine masculine, and what is going on in the collective in terms of our DNA activations and our ascension process with the earth, and the clarification, the up leveling, the lit up world that we are in terms of our planet and what Gaia has shown me this morning. So yeah, so funny that a message just comes up on my chat. We're closer than you think, and that is so true. We are closer than we think. So let me begin with my notes from the 22nd, which no doubt you have read, but this is my process. Which when I woke up on the 22nd, the words that came when I tuned in, the 2 words that came were telescopic and periscopic. And so this is to do with our fields of perception. And so I'll begin with that. On that day, I woke up, my personal feelings where I felt sad and alone. And then I got information around why I was feeling like that was to do with this upgrade and feeling slightly disconnected from self. So yeah, I woke up feeling sad and alone. The Mars-Venus conjunction was completed on the 22nd, and it is the 26th of February here in New Zealand today in the late morning. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Amanda. Yeah, so we were on the 22nd, we were being brought into this alignment for higher and broader perception through our fields and through our vision. So it was related to this upgrade in both our nervous system, and it linked to those upgrades that came in earlier in the month. And then today we've got a further upgrade of that. So you might be feeling all this tingling in your skin, or sort of close to your body in the field. Yeah, so the brain continues to be upgraded, as does the parasympathetic, the nervous system. And this increased energetic flow that came through that day will continue to cause exhaustion, and as our physical fitness is being stretched, so that we can receive this, what will be a huge impactful energy that comes into our system. And if you've been following this work that I've been on with Gaia, then you'll know that she uses that phrasing of our bodies are being tempered. So just like we would warm and move metal by tempering it, by heating it and then tapping it with an instrument. This is what our systems are being tempered in that way to receive this higher light, this faster frequency, this increase in our light and our speed and in our DNA activation. So our body's innate intelligence, you need to know that our innate intelligence will assist us with this. Our innate knows it can instruct our body what to do with this cellular upgrade, this cleansing, this purification, and this nervous system upgrade, and what is occurring through the brain. So this happens for us individually and collectively. And the funny kind of phrase that I heard that day from the ethers, not from Gaia, was, "Darling, you are divine." And this is us. We are coming into our divinity. Yep, we are having this upgrade through our 12 strands of DNA, through our helix, through the sun, through the solar flashes and emissions from the sun, which are coming to activate our systems into our DNA being reconnected. Yeah, so we had 3 X-class flares in 24 hours in the last couple of days. I think that may have been, don't know, yesterday maybe. So then to Friday's messages, the impacts of flares from the sun received in the previous days are being implemented to bring soothing and smoothing to humanity and the planet today. So that was on Friday. So the emission of these X flares and their arrival are bringing greater illumination next, which is what we are in now. It's like, are you feeling lit up? Because we're being lit up. We're being illuminated. And so this is what we're in now that I wrote on Friday. These emissions will be creating illumination of truth and of DNA codes, holding your special genius and gifts. Let me just get rid of this off. It's sitting on top of the chat. Hello, Sandy. Hello, welcome. Yeah, so you are more open to receiving these special genius and gifts and receiving these at higher levels now. Psychic vision upgrades are plentiful, or even those with well-developed psychic abilities will be surprised with the expansiveness created and available now. So many of you might have realized that you can see now with your eyes open, or that where you just saw a still scenery, now you're seeing like a video recording where you just saw flashes of color. Now you're seeing an entire image in front of you. You might be hearing things that you didn't before, but all the clears, all of the gifts, they're being activated and upgraded. And also it's like the Akash is wide open for us to access now. And these new Edenic codes. So these Edenic codes are the codes that come in for our rebuild, our rewrite, our renewal of our earth, our rebirth. So we're all in process with this, but at a higher level, that's for sure. So these are the Gaia refers to these as the Edenic codes from the Garden of Eden. The paradisical codes are washing through the ethers, reminding people of their role in this time for the creation of our new earth. This impacts our ability to hold clear and expansive vision of our new earth and development of our own particular keys and codes for specialization upon that new earth. Your leadership roles will be getting clear promptings now from within, from yourself, from your higher aspect, from your soul promptings. Your unique gifts will be expanding and showing, revealing themselves. Any reluctance or hesitation about stepping up into these new and higher roles will quickly be dissolving with these energies. And you're probably noticing that doubt is disappearing. Any doubt about yourself, any doubt about who you are and where you're headed and what you're meant to do, and any doubt about where we as a civilization, as humanity and as a planet are heading. That's gone. It's just a little timing thing. The universal energetic codes and pulses will be pushing and pulling, guiding you to where you are meant to be, and with whom, in collaboration, in your partnership, and in your new earth roles and groups. So this will be showing up in the physical, tangible experience of now as time, the illusion, the delusion of time is exiting our existence, our consciousness, our sort of experience in the physical. So you can go away and release all or any doubt or worry or concern now, because it's all in hand. Come into acceptance and allowance. This is our new way. We'll be prompted by our inner urgings and promptings and pushings, but just come into that deep flow of allowance and acceptance. Get into the water, just roll over and float. That's the instruction or request from Gaia. This rearrangement on the chessboard in the physical is in nudge mode. So we're just being moved around gently. Resistance is futile. Be in appreciation of all that you are. Deeply trust in your inner guidance to lead you to where you are meant to be. And just work with everything that is occurring is for the highest good of all. For my highest good, for everyone's highest good on the earth. So the next level of awakening, everyone, is in full flourish. The collective are in their awakening. They are stretching open their hearts and their eyes and receiving these light codes, along with epiphanies of clarity, of truth, of what has been hidden and false. And more off-planet beings have arrived to assist the Earth in this transition. So they showed up to me in the inner Earth sphere. So breathe it in, beloveds, is the advice from Gaia. Breathe it in through the breath, through your skin, through your organs, through your cells, up through your feet. This light that nourishes to flood your cells with sound and light codes of the new. Yesterday we came to what was called a refinement point, this deep piercing energy. So this is what we are receiving, the ongoing flow from yesterday's point of piercing. So we had this refinement point of deep piercing in the top of the sacral, in the top of the sexual creative area of our chakra systems. That's where the energy came in yesterday. So this deep piercing energy in the top of the sacral vortex yesterday will energize the new creation codes as we sway to the natural rhythms and cycles of the earth, becoming harmonized as one in time and space. So this is really this movement for us and of us into unity consciousness, as each tones their own note and the choir grows. This was the analogy I was saying. It was like a flash mob of a choir, this group gathering and the sound building. You know, I could hear the notes and the tones, and then I could hear the volume building as more people were joining from the back. Such is how humanity shows up today, and that was yesterday on the 25th. Each body swaying left to right, amorphous sea anemone moving with the ocean currents in preparation for birthing the new. And so that was yesterday. And today, I hear that I don't know who does that song. You know what I'm like. I just hear the music and I hear the words, but that song, Move Your Body, yeah, is what came in. Be still and integrate are the first words that I heard this morning. And I have to tell you that today I feel super tired. Like, like I've got up, showered, got dressed, and really I'll be quite happy to lie down and go to sleep. We are in a pause. This ongoing transformation in the body has landed heavily in the body today. So let me know if you are feeling that. Hello, Helen. Welcome. Ah, yeah. So measure and feel. Oh, I can feel that in my body as I say that. My camera's in a weird place on my laptop. Sorry, that's why I feel like I feel like I'm sitting straight with my head, but it's not like that on camera. That's annoying to me. Hold on, I'll just move it, see if that's going to be better. Yes, that's better. Okay. So I have to adjust it depending on what I'm doing, because there's been some default that's come in, and so now my Zoom calls aren't necessarily running through my my separate camera. Anyway, that's just a little technical challenge for me. Sandy saying yes, very tired, but still went to the gym. Yeah, good on you. Interestingly, I was on my way to the gym when I got a call from my trainer saying, "Did you get my message?" Because she's in a lot of pain in her neck today. And that to me is definitely to do with the energies, because we've got so much influx in our spinal area, and to me it's moving up, and it is likely that it will get stuck in places where there is any contraction. So your nervous systems, here, go gently with yourself, rest your mind and body today, or partake in gentle yoga or stretching exercises. And I know that I saw somewhere, and I'll put a link in actually, because on one of my threads, a 30-minute yoga nidra came up, and so that would be a really good thing to do. I'm going to do that shortly, and I'll place it in the thread on the community tab in the channel on my YouTube channel, so you can go there and do that. Your nervous system and your brain have been experiencing upgrades, and you may feel particularly tired today. Your 12 strands of DNA are in process of being activated and reconnected and activated. So just be in grounding in nature, lean up against a tree, allow yourself to move the energies down into the earth and up from the earth, so that you are grounding your energies down into the earth, and then you can be in the breathing notion, really, of pulling energies up from the earth. So you be the conduit. So you imagine that you're breathing in through the crown, and then out through your feet, or out through your tailbone and into the ground, and you can be in process with that. And then you can do some upward breath, breathing it up through the feet, and then into your heart and out into the world. But really, light workers, we are here as these transducers, as these ascension experts, holding the light and moving the energies through, and transducing them through our body, and in connection to the planet. Oh yes, Amanda, some cramps. Okay, yeah. So you might be assisted by popping a bit of salt under your tongue, some Himalayan salt or some Celtic salt if you've got some. Yep, so lay on your back on the ground is what I wrote this morning, or lean up against a tree and breathe it down and through the body breathe the energy down and through the body, and then breathe it through the feet and breathe it back up into your body. This ongoing transformation in the body as you return home to yourself. That's the exciting thing, is that we are coming home. We're coming home to self, home to soul, home to all of us, our expanded version of self landing in this body, this embodiment we are going through. This is our integration and embodiment of all of our lifetimes, all of our experiences, our gifts and talents, and our DNA being reconnected and activated so that we can access those to a higher level. So this is the process we're going through. We're also really in this readiness on the end of the edge of ascension. Yes, good. Thank you, Sandy. Yes, magnesium, great for cramps. Yep, so if you might have some magnesium spray that could help with that. And magnesium oil, and putting that on your upper thighs. That's what I do. I rub it into that big muscle in the front of my thighs. Yeah, so we are in this grand return to our original divine plan, template, soul recognition, blueprint, the original. That's you, that's me, that's us, your aligned divine self and your aligned divine light body becoming initiated, activated, integrated, and embodied here into the new and into the higher. Never ever been done before in the history of the multiverse. Have beings, have flesh and bone beings been able to embody, integrate these higher frequencies. And so this is the tempering that it's been coming in a little bit, and then more intense, and then bigger, and then more frequent. And so this is in relation to the solar emissions and flares from the sun, of course. Yeah. And I want to say that, yes, I know this morning I wrote that for twins, if you are in a divine counterpart connection, you can see this as a connection through the layers. It's like if you imagine that you are in a dimensional space and your divine counterpart is in a dimensional space, there's this connecting going on between the two. In preparation for soul merge, in preparation for energetic merge and dimensional merge, and then into the physical. So you are each balancing, centering, and aligning in order to merge back through the layers, first of yourself and then with one another. So with the planet today, the imagery, well, firstly, Gaia was sitting in this full lotus position with her eyes closed, meditating, and I was seeing like this dream bubble, if you like, this creation bubble above her head, and I was seeing the new earth being formed in there. So I was watching the colors of blue, all the tones of blue and white coming in like pixels, or the pixelations forming in reverse. You know how we watch images pixelate? Well, this was the pixelations coming into the whole. So I was watching this, the spectrum of blue and white coming in, and then I watched all of this gold. So it was really, the gold was soft and it was beautiful, and I could feel it all through my body. It was like being in a haze, a gold haze, but then there were other components of gold that looked more solid, more physical coming in. But that was the codes. That's what I was shown. That's what I was told. The soft glowing, and I get all emotional when I'm saying it. Honestly, whenever I start talking about these new codes, I feel all the emotion of it in my body. This soft glowing gold light colours and shapes of codes and tones and musical notes and frequencies. That's what I watched in the earth, in the inner earth today. And then the green, then all of the green came, and I am watching nature grow and morph and interlace in quick time, like I'm watching it all sped up. This as our interacting, our new interacting systems are now developing. The breathing organic, these are our systems. They are interacting, they are breathing and organic. And Gaia winked at me. The flow is almost done. We are in completion of phase 1. So she was all dressed in white today because we are still in purification, and she said the rest will flow quickly. This ocean wave of ascension has broken. So there's a couple of wave metaphors today. So if you imagine being on the shores of Oahu in Hawaii, these huge surf waves. And so she said the ocean wave of ascension has broken, and we are each pushed along in front of it. So if you imagine it's crashed over and we are being pushed along by that foamy, crashing water, everyone's just pushed. You can't move back against it. Everyone's being pushed into that flow. And then I was showing, I want to tell you I'm showing that the divine masculine close to the 0 point. So I saw another water analogy is as though they're at if we're looking at the drain hole of the shower of the bath, they're on the metal ring around that. And the divine masculine is surfing. So they are surfing on the top of a giant Hawaiian wave. So that's not really the place to surf, but that's where they showed up today. And so I saw them. So they are on this giant wave. They're on the top of the wave. The wave started to form, started to break, and I hear they are about to drop in. Now, if you aren't familiar, if you're not a surfer or not familiar with the surfing terms, that's really that happens when somebody else is already riding the wave, and then someone comes in and they drop in. They kind of steal the wave from them. But this is a slight shift on that. This is the divine masculine dropping into the wave that the divine feminine is already riding. Yeah. So that's it. Short, sweet, powerful, amazing. I thank you so much for joining me here. I thank you so much for holding this love and holding this light, because this is what light workers are doing now. We are standing in our beauty, in our grace, in our ascension and mission. As we are pulling this in more and holding space with this love in our hearts, with this emission of light from our souls to overlay the planet as it comes into more and more absorption of this light, and more of humanity is awakened and is in their beginning ascension, as we all are. But we are, in this dimensional flavor, if you like, or layer where we, those of us who are ready, can hold more light, and we're holding it on behalf of everyone else so that they can receive it and come into their own ascension. And so it's like, we are all holding hands around the planet, all of the light workers in their own pillar of light, and then creating all these toroidal fields that interact with one another and interact with the toroidal field and the torus of Gaia. And this is us bringing it, the flow of ascension, the light of ascension, the waters of consciousness which hold the lights, the keys, the codes and that within us as well. And so we're right on the edges of it. We are in our ascension flow. We are in our ascension receipt. We're in our ascension light. And it's like, it feels to me that within the next 3 days, we're going to have some sense of completion. And I don't really know how that's going to look yet. It's like, can I get my head around it all? It feels so vast. But those little analogies, those imageries that I was showing this morning, that'll give you a feel for where you are at and where we are at as a collective. But you can know that the light workers who are awake, that we are holding space for this wave and we're already in it. And so we are holding the space for those codes, those waves, those signals, those sounds, those tones. And then as we get to the tipping point, then that is likely when we are to hear a clarion call, a sound from the heavens, the angels singing, the angels playing their instrument. And you are likely to feel that, I believe, both internally and externally. And I'm just in the feeling that in these next 3 days, so by the end of this month, that there's this opportunity for us to have this ascension movement. So I don't know to what extent, but that's how it feels to me. So you just go with what feels right for you and know to rest, know that your body's going through the biggest, most amazing transformation that it's ever done in its life. But this is what we have been in training for. This has been our Ascension fitness training through the lights and emissions that started coming in 2012, but now they are flooding. So it was like a drop in 2012, and now we're in this flow, this flood of these codes and lights. And so a lot of you might be feeling like this sort of nervous excitement within, and it's just go with it. And such love to you, such love we hold here for ourselves and for others. So I will speak to you again soon and send you so much love from my heart. And thank you, thank you, thank you.